Hi guys, welcome back to another book unboxing. This one's going to be a very quick unboxing at my desk. There's no fun background here, and it's because I need to get these books processed right now. So I don't have time to go and even set up stuff out front because there's actually a class out here right now. I'm technically at lunch, so I don't want to go out and disturb them, and also they think I was crazy if I was talking to myself. But anyway, we have a Junior Library Guild box. These are curated for me by Junior Library Guild. They send them to me every month. Also, our drink of the video is peach flavored seltzer water this time. This is a really good brand I've discovered. They have unique flavors, like they have grape and it tastes like grape soda, but without the sugar. So anyway, fun fact. Okay, let's unbox some books and see what they're about. What Stalks Among Us with corn stalks. I don't know if it's gonna be horror, I'm gonna guess, but that's great. Love the pun. It reminds me, what was it, Banicula? Was it Banicula? Is that what it's called? Like the kids book, and there was one called like the Celery Stalks at Midnight, because it was celery stalks. I don't know. I'm just really in a punny mood today. We die in the maze, we die in the maze, we die in the maze. It just says we die in the maze 3 times. I'm gonna guess this is scary. Atmospheric, stunning. The corn is the vibrant green of summer. The stalks tower above us. Oh, okay, that's not actually the plot summary. Here's the synopsis. Best friends and high school seniors Sadie and Logan make their first mistake when they ditch their end-of-year field trip to the amusement park in order of exploring some old forgotten back roads. Ooh, maybe I'll read this because maybe it's also funny. I don't know. The last thing they expect to come across is a giant abandoned corn maze. But with a whole day, I wonder if it's going to be supernatural. What do you think? Whole day of playing hooky and spoiling before them, they make their second mistake, or perhaps their third, maybe even their fourth, because Sadie and Logan have definitely entered this maze before, and again before that. Okay? When they stumble on the corpses in the maze, identical to them in every way, from their clothes to their hidden scars, from their dye blue hair to that one missing tooth, they quickly realize that they've not only entered this maze before, but they've died in it too, a lot. But they can't figure out what or who is hunting them, and time is running out. So it's like the same day kind of over and over kind of thing, because I kind of like that sometimes. Deeply unnerving, clever, and atmospheric, this time-bending, mind-bending, speculative horror is a poignant meditation on the lasting effects of trauma and the healing powers of connection and forgiveness, all while delivering more surprise twists and turns than a haunted corn maze. Oh my gosh, that actually sounds kind of good. Like, it's cheesy. It doesn't even look like something I'd ever pick up, but I think I'm going to read this one. It sounds so fun. So I loved Neverworld Wake by Marisha Petzel, and it was sort of a time-bending mystery, and this is kind of a time-bending horror. So, and I love the title. So you know what? I'm gonna check it out. Corn Maze, horror mind-bending experience, apparently. The next one, The Space Between. I feel like I'm not gonna have heard of these books. I hope I've heard of some of them. I don't know if these are popular or not because I've never heard of them. The Space Between Here and Now. Okay, let's guess. I'm gonna say realistic fiction. What do you think? Haunting, poignant, achingly beautiful. It's a tale about family, grief, and love. A love letter to Korea, to memories, and to families lost and found. A portrayal of memory, family, and courage to find ourselves. So yeah, I'm thinking it's realistic fiction. It says you've got a 17-year-old Amy Rowe. She has sensory time warp syndrome, a rare condition that causes her to time travel. This is getting weird. 2 time travel books in a row. Back to the moment in her life when she smells something linked to that memory. Because I know smell is also obviously linked to memory. Her dad is convinced she'll simply grow out of it if she tries hard enough, but Amy's fear of vanishing at random has kept her from living a normal life. When Amy disappears for 9 hours into a memory of her estranged mom, a moment Amy has never remembered before, she becomes distraught. Not only was this her longest disappearance yet, but it doesn't match up with the story of how her mom left. At least that's not the version she's heard from her dad. Desperate for answers, Amy travels to Korea, where she unravels the mystery of her memories, the truth about her mother, and the reason she keeps returning to certain moments in her life. Along the way, she realizes she'll need to reconcile her past in order to save her present. It's also really short. I probably won't read this one, but it does kind of sound similar to the other one. I don't know. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I guess it's still realistic fiction unless it's categorized as sci-fi. That's our lunch bell. I will look that one up on Goodreads and see what kind of reviews it's getting. Okay, we have 3 books remaining, and unfortunately one is a paperback, so I have to cover this one, which is annoying. I didn't realize I ordered any paperback ones, so that's sad. Flight Plan, When the World's Turned to Chaos, Home is All That's Left. Kind of looks sci-fi. In the World of the Rule of 3. Oh, so is it in a series? It says the Rule of 3. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what the Rule of 3 is, but I'm guessing it's a series. Oh, well, this is interesting. There's the synopsis, the summaries even in here. Weird. 13-year-old Jamie's plane is just taking off when something goes terribly wrong. The lights go out, the communications halt, and the engines stop. After a bumpy landing, Jamie realizes it's not just his flight. Well, I'm glad that there's a male protagonist because we need more of those. All like in our specific library. All the other planes have been grounded too. Every car on the road has stopped in its tracks and cell phones aren't working. Technology is shut down and no one knows why. Soon it becomes clear that this disaster is anything but local and people begin to panic. Jamie is now stranded 1,200 miles away from home and the world is in chaos. With the help of the plane's flight crew and some fellow passengers, Jamie must begin the long, perilous journey home. So it kind of reminds me of like Ashfall or what's that other story? It's about survival. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, like a survival story where, I was thinking Fifth Wave. With that one's aliens. I don't guess this one's aliens, but who knows? We don't know what it is. I don't know what's gone wrong and why technology is shut down. Maybe that's part of the secret. Who knows? Anyway, definitely a survival story for that one, which means we have 2 books left. I'm going to save the coolest looking one. All I can see is the back covers. I'm going to save the coolest looking back cover to last. That could be a funny video, like cool back covers. The Scarlet Alchemist. Okay, this just looks fantasy. Kylie Lee Baker. I feel like I've heard that name. Author of Keeper of the Night. It's blurbed by the author of Magic Steeped in Poison. Chloe Gong. So, I mean, some famous authors have blurbed it on the back. Magical, yeah, unique magic, and there's some twists and turns. Immersive historical fantasy. I mean, it says don't miss some of our other books. I don't know if it's actually in the series. I don't think it's a series. I mean, I guess I could be wrong. So, okay, let's see what this one's about. It says the principal rule of alchemy: you cannot create good without also creating evil. Dun, dun, dun. Xylan, maybe something like that. Xylan, Z-I-L-A-N, dreams of becoming a royal alchemist, of providing for her family by making alchemical gold and gems for the wealthy to eat in order to stay young forever. But for now, she's trapped in her impoverished village in southern China, practicing an illegal form of alchemy to keep food on the table, which is resurrecting the dead for a price. Ooh. But Xylan when she finally has the chance to complete her imperial exams, she ventures to the capital to compete against the best alchemist in the country. In tasks she'll be lucky to survive, let alone pass. Oh, I hate like competition stories. On top of that, her reputation for raising the dead has followed her, and the crown prince himself seeks her out. So I bet there's a love interest, suspecting a coming assassination attempt. The more Xylan succeeds in her alchemy, the more she gets caught up in the dangerous political games of the royal family. Don't they always? There are monsters lurking within the palace walls, and it's only a matter of time before they catch up, and secrets of Xylan's past catch up with her. Sounds similar to other things. Kind of sounds like, I don't know, Red Queen or something. I don't know. I didn't read all of Red Queen, but it just kind of reminds me of that, like vaguely, just the plot, but not the alchemist part. So I probably won't read this one. It just sounds like your typical fantasy. So I don't know. It doesn't sound like anything special. Never heard anybody talk about it on BookTube. Maybe if I hear somebody talk about it, I will read it. So here's our last one. I saved this one to last because I loved the back cover, but I love this front cover even more. Oh my gosh, it's a spider. It's like a metal spider. And just this crazy eye with this rainbow looking road. I don't even know. Author of The Honeys. Oh, that's a horror novel that doesn't look like horror. So maybe this one is too. And also it's a male author, which is exciting. Ryan LaSala. It says he writes surreal stories. So is it going to be horror? Spellbinding, spine-tingling world. Takes readers through a glass darkly, a berserk beauty. Okay, so I mean, it sounds really interesting. Even the end sheets there are kind of cool. Okay, let's see. No one survived the party at the penthouse except Ethan. It's like Ethan, but with an A. Ethan. It says Athanosios, or Athen, has made it far in life, relying on his charm and good looks, even securing an invitation to a mysterious penthouse soiree for New York City's artsy elite. Okay, so it's set in the real world. That's good to know. But when he sneaks off to the bathroom, he hears a slam followed by a scream. Ethan peers outside, only to be pushed back in by a boy his age. The boy gravely tells him not to open the door, then closes Ethan in. This is all very specific plot summary. Outside the door, the party descends into chaos. Through hours of howls, laughter, and sobs, Ethan stays hidden. When he finally emerges, he discovers a massacre where the corpses appear to have arranged themselves into disturbingly elegant sculpture. Ethan's mysterious savior is nowhere to be found. Ethan, the only known survivor, is now the primary suspect. Dun, dun, dun. Something evil is waking up in the walls of New York City and is compelling victims towards violence and self-destruction. Ethan has felt this evil before, or behind his reflection his entire life. Once upon a time, it only watched him waiting. It's not waiting anymore. Now it's taking over. I don't know. It's called Beholder. I don't even know how that's going to fit. This is bizarre sounding. I will probably look up some reviews to decide before I would read it. It doesn't sound like something I'd read, but also I do like really bizarre books. So, okay, I'm kind of interested in this one. The only other one I think I would read, and that I am actually going to read, I am going to read this one. Sometimes I get a book I'm going to read in a box. Sometimes I don't. I think this one I am going to read because it sounds just ridiculous, and I'm not going to judge it by the cover. So, and just we die in the maze. I mean, that just doesn't even sound appealing to me, but the plot summary made it sound cool, and I love time bending, mind bending books. So, and it sounds like Neverworld Wake, but set in a cornfield. So I'm gonna try it. Anyway, those are our 5 books for this month. So, guys, let me know down below if you've read any of these, if you've heard of any of these. And anyway, I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.